Welcome to a takeover of the Classic Review series here from the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. I am Shane Price, joined by Jayden and Shane, where we are reviewing one of the early takeovers, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, from the Barclays Center, a sellout crowd of 15,589. You real time already?
Yeah, so it was in Barclays Center, like you said, Brooklyn, New York. This is on August 22nd, 2015. The time, 2 hours and 19 minutes is the runtime. Real short and sweet one. Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, and Rich Brennan on commentary. And then just, we're reviewing this show because it is the 15th anniversary of NXT. The first episode of NXT aired on February 23rd, 2010.
Of course, that means NXT
the game show version.
One, yeah.
Of course. It's also just a super Hot Dog and a Handshake core show.
Yeah.
Random Japanese appearance. Couple of, other guys who made their name in Japan, like Finn Balor, in there with Owens. Ty Dillinger. We always hand out the Ty
Bates is
Dillinger
here for some reason.
Yeah, we always hand out the Ty Dillinger 10 of the week. Got Ty Dillinger in there. Samoa Joe, who we love. So yeah, great, very us show.
Let's get. Well, let's start with the first match here.
Well, do you want to talk about Triple H opening the show?
Oh yeah, you're right. We totally forgot until you put me on. Oh, Triple H starts every takeover like a weirdo.
Yeah, I see what he was going for, but this was not as cool as he thought it was.
To quote you here, you say he's like a toddler.
Yeah, he throws his arms up like a toddler.
Instantly agree. He instantly does this. So I was like,
yeah, just
I am the greatest in the world.
Yeah, he was really weird. He was doing this whole thing, this whole build up to We Are NXT, whatever, and he thought it was super cool, and it just didn't work.
Look at us, NXT, we're in the big league, Brooklyn,
Yep.
I'm bringing the food to you, All right, first match, Tyler Breeze has been complaining to GM William Regal that he's like the competition at NXT for a while.
He's what?
This is like the competition at NXT.
He doesn't like the
He's above him.
Yeah.
So who does Regal get? But Jushin Liger.
For some reason, Jushin Thunder Liger. Yeah, just such a random match to put together. I downloaded a bunch of community creations and then randomly threw them together in universe mode match. Yeah, really, really weird seeing Liger in a WWE ring at all. Especially NXT.
Against Tyler Breeze
against Tyler Breeze of all people. I mean, no disrespect to Tyler Breeze, just a crazy opponent choice for Liger. I loved Liger grabbing the selfie stick, doing that bit. That was fun.
Liger's got some comedic chops in him.
Yep.
That's what makes it really good.
Pretty solid match. Kind of would have liked better for Liger's only WWE match.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. What did you think of it?
I thought it was okay. Again, same thing. I wish it was better. Obviously. But for what it was all right. I gave it 3 1/4.
I also gave it 3 1/4.
The next match is totally different.
Yep.
Totally different. The champions of NXT's tag team division, Blake and Murphy, Wesley Blake, Buddy Murphy. We're just talking about him. My God.
Yep.
Alexa Bliss, who just came back in Rumble when we're watching this. Take on the Vaudevillains, Simon Gotch, and English. Simon Gotch actually taking on Nakajima in this next month in Glee.
It's crazy.
Their manager is Leva Bates.
Yeah, going as Blue Pants?
Yes, because she had blue pants one time.
I didn't know about this until the show.
It's a weird NXT thing. It's strange. I don't get it. It's weird. It's whatever. The match was pretty good. I like some of the Vaudevillains. I've always liked.
Vaudevillains were super
I've always liked the Vaudevillains.
Yeah, it was interesting. The kind of the storyline built around Blake and Murphy having Alexa Bliss at their side, which crazy that she was like just a manager here, but would go on to be like this huge,
be the biggest star,
the biggest star of the three, probably. Yeah. And then Blue Pants evening the odds.
I guess.
Really weird. I thought it was a pretty solid match though. I also gave this 3 1/4.
I gave it just 3 this time. Yeah, I like it. The volleyball was always good. I like Sasha as a worker, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see them win this match,
Yeah.
time for sure.
My next note is just why does Pac look like that? Because they showed Finn Balor in Neville at the time, now known as Pac in AEW, was just there in like a suit and like glasses and stuff, and I was like, I don't like this.
Looking proper English.
Why is he dry?
He's not the bastard yet. That's why.
Yeah, God, it's just dry Pac. It's just an uncomfortable thing to say.
After that, we get the debut of Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I almost couldn't tell it was Apollo Crews because his entrance music didn't scream his name at me. I really think it's helpful when the entrance music screams Apollo at me so I know who's coming out.
What if Penta has Cerro? How do you know it's Penta?
Well, because I know Penta does Cerro Miedo. It's just one more step of that. I have no idea. I wouldn't know who he is. This was a pretty whatever match.
Yeah, it was. Tyler J was. I don't know how he lasted so long in the company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he's back there now. He's
I know,
still kicking.
I don't get it. I gave it 2.5.
So did I. Yeah, it was just whatever.
Then
we get into the meat of the show.
Oh yeah, we get these next 2 matches are gonna be the best matches of the night for sure.
Yeah, the first 3 matches are good for absurdity, and this is good for just like being good.
Samoa Joe is here. He takes on Baron Corbin of all people.
Yeah.
In a match that wasn't bad.
Yeah, definitely one of the better Baron Corbin matches. Like one of the best ones. Which of course, like it's Joe. So like, a lot of people's Joe match is one of their best matches. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Obviously Joe is super cool.
Baron Corbin's always been that good hand though.
And Joe is one of those guys who's just he's cooler, he's more badass every time you see him.
Yes.
Even going back in time, it's just every time you see him, he's just, this guy's the coolest dude ever.
I love his submission finish too. It was, especially against Corbin, who's a bigger guy.
Switching out of the end of days into the Coquina
Clutch.
Clutch.
It was a nice move. I gave this 3.5.
I also gave 3.5, so we're kind of right on par with each other today.
Wow, okay. Bayley and Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's title. 2 out of the 4 horsewomen.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked first of all, but it's whatever.
Now,
this match was pretty good.
This is NXT. This is the first match where, this is an NXT match. This is exactly what NXT was built on.
The women's NXT were always far better than the main roster. Even the same people.
Yeah. It was an incredible match. I wish it went longer. That's my one critique of the match. Is it should have been a longer.
Sure.
I wish I got more of this.
They have the Iron Woman match too. So
they do they do have an Iron Woman match. Did they do a trilogy? Did they also have a ladder match or something?
I think so.
Or was it Bayley and Asuka?
I think so.
Okay. Just incredible. I gave it 4.5 stars.
I was 4.25 for me.
The chemistry here is they got that. They have that Shawn Michaels Triple H chemistry.
Yeah,
they have this. We know each other so well that this is going to be awesome every time. That Sammy KO energy. You know what I mean?
I got the Iron Man match too. So.
Yeah.
And then finally, the main event of the evening.
Speaking of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens in a ladder match. Go figure.
Yes. I realized because we picked this a while ago just because we wanted to do an NXT show for the 15th anniversary. What should we do? It'd be funny to do the Liger one.
Yeah, it was.
And then it has this Kevin Owens in a singles ladder match for a title after we just saw this at the Royal Rumble. This was a great match.
This is so good.
There's so many good spots. They're just
Kevin Owens might be the best ladder match guy in the world.
Balor when he was still 100% Finn Balor. You know what I mean? Just still had everything. He was the demon in this. There was a holy shit. There was a nasty power bomb onto a ladder, KO to Balor. This was just an incredible match. This is right about the time that NXT really started picking up steam as a company. You know what I mean? And it was because of guys like this. It was because of Balor and Nakamura and Samoa Joe and Owens and Zayn. I didn't quite get in NXT until a couple years later, but this is a really interesting era to go back to. Just an incredible match. Did you have any other things you'd like to add?
Just said all the things I want to say about the match. I gave this a 4.75.
I can't put it to words. But this match just had that little extra something that Cody and KO didn't have.
Yeah, I agree.
And I gave it 5 stars.
That's fair.
It was just
fair.
it was just
to me,
There's something that took this to the next level.
It felt like there was like one thing missing. I wanted to see Kevin win.
Okay.
But I still.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens was never going to win this match because he was already like on the main roster.
Yeah, but
like we've reviewed the SummerSlam that is the night after this, where he wrestles Cesaro, which I think was also the best match on that show. I think of all the shows I've reviewed officially, I think Kevin Owens is second only to Sami Zayn for most match of the nights.
That's fair.
I think like Sami has 12 and KO has 11.
That would make sense.
So, yeah, just 5 stars. Incredible match. Pretty great card overall too. Onto the categories.
Start with our first one, the MVP of the night.
No, best moment.
Best moment. I keep forgetting that part.
This is an interesting one. There's a lot of. I think I have to go with the ladder powerbomb.
Yeah, I agree. That was such
nasty.
It's a Kevin Owens ladder match bomb. Come on.
Yeah. MVP of the night.
I want to say Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Even though it's Kevin in the ladder match, I want to say Finn really stepped this game up too.
I think I want to give it to Finn also. Yeah, I think Finn was better that night. I think Finn. Like I said, it was when he could still be 100% of the best of what Finn Balor could be.
Yeah.
He was still absolutely at his peak. He's still great now, but he's just, this was 10 years ago. Time takes a toll, especially in pro wrestling. And, yeah, he was just incredible in this night. MVP. Yeah, Heat check.
It's weird because
some nominees.
Only 5 matches.
We got
Blue
Alexa
Pants?
Bliss in blue pants. We've got Triple H. We have Pac in a suit and glasses.
Let's give it to Dry Pac.
Give it to Dry Pac.
Yeah.
I was going to give it to Blue Pants, I think.
Yeah.
She got the most pop for
Leva
the Heat check.
definitely deserves it more, yeah.
Apex Mountain. I mean, we've kind of been talking about it. Is this the Apex of Finn Balor? Is this NXT title run?
Yeah, it probably is.
The Apex of Finn Balor?
Because he drops it to Joe again.
They drop it to Joe. They do a little back and forth. Joe ends up with it, and then I think it goes to Nakamura next.
I think so, yeah.
I don't think, not Sasha and Bayley, not Joe, probably not Corbin. He gets better as he goes. I think that's the is this Tyler Breeze's Apex Mountain Wrestling Liger?
Yeah.
Or is it like the Fashion Files?
It's Fashion Files, but in the ring it's definitely Liger.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this is the Apex of NXT. Personally, I think the Apex of NXT is like the Cole, Gargano, Ciampa, Andrade, Aleister Black era. But what do you think it's this? Do you think
it's 2 years from now from this. 2017.
2017?
It's like right before. Right
before what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. NXT has had a lot of great guys go through. So
maybe like 2015 to 2020 is just a peak of NXT.
Yeah, it might be. Just 5-year peak. Surprise of the show.
Apart from Liger, I mean.
Well, see, Liger is surprising when you learn about it, but we knew about it going in.
Yeah, okay. What about second match?
The Blake and Murphy Vaudevillains, just how good that was?
Yeah.
Or just, yeah. I don't know. There wasn't really anything like that surprising on this show.
You want to skip it then?
It was just a pretty run-of-the-mill NXT show. Like I wasn't nothing. I think Pac looking like that surprised me the most.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I think Pac's attire. I think is what Neville's attire. I think is what we'll go with. Recasting. Where do you want to take this? Do you want to take it the Bayley Banks route or the Balor Owens route, or the Liger Breeze route?
It'd be funny, Liger Breeze.
You want to recast Liger Breeze?
Sure, why not?
I think because this was towards the end of Liger's career, right? When did Liger retire?
5 years away.
He's 5 years away from retiring.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Thought it was earlier.
Well, 4.5.
I think this would be like Marufuji coming to NXT.
Which he's teased.
He's been teased. But who's the random gimmicky guy? Is it like Tony D'Angelo getting to wrestle Marufuji?
It is. It literally is.
Like decent in the ring, but mostly just a gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Hendry.
Wrestling Marufuji would be the
Sure, why not?
the combo here. Yeah, I like that. I mean, do you want to also recast another one or just go with that?
Let's also recast Bayley versus Sasha.
It feels like the most recent iteration of this was Stratton and Roxanne.
Yeah, I probably would say that. Yeah.
I don't really, because this is a rough one to recast.
Is it just Julia versus Stephanie?
It may be. It's weird because to properly recast Sasha Banks and Bayley, it has to be someone like two people we know already have chemistry. And do you think Julia and Stephanie? I mean, I guess they were a tag team. They did do a little tag team run there. I guess you could go Stephanie, Julia, keep it in NXT. Best double feature. With Finn and Owens, they both have other great ladder matches.
Yeah.
Like Finn gets hurt in the next year's SummerSlam, but that ladder match with Rollins is still really, really good.
Yeah.
For the Universal title. Owens, of course, he has all kinds of ladder wars with Sammy in them. I don't know. What would you go with as a double feature?
I guess I would probably go with the Iron Woman match.
The Iron Woman match,
Yeah.
Sasha Bayley. Just go back to back with those. It's fair. I like that. Kind of the same thing we did last week with Mankind and Rock.
Well, yeah, but if it works, it works, you know?
Yeah. Does anything from this make the Criterion Collection?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe Liger NXT is an idea, but...
The Liger NXT makes the what the hell is going on Criterion
Sure,
Collection?
why not?
Yeah. The most just random.
The Universe Smoke Collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that takes us to Classic Hot Dog, Classic Handshake. Like we said, we picked this just because it's a well-known overall good. I don't know. Is there any? We picked it for Liger
yeah.
the most, I guess, but that still wasn't the best thing of the night, so it doesn't really matter. I went with Balor and Owens for my.
I did too.
Okay. For my classic hot dog, and that also gets the classic handshake. It was just an awesome match, and it's kind of a hidden gem. It's one that I don't think is talked about a lot because I think, while I think it's a better match than Sasha and Bayley, I think Sasha and Bayley was more important to the overall story of WWE, to the coming women's revolution.
Yeah.
That I think that is kind of why it's more remembered. But I ultimately think Balor and Owens had a better match. I think it was just like a really, really good ladder match. Also, as I've said multiple times before, I'm just partial to ladder matches.
That's fair.
I just love ladder matches, so those are going to get me excited every time. So yeah, that gets us to rating out of 10. I went with a 7.5.
I went for 7.5 too.
Okay. So that's like right on par with what we gave Wrestle Kingdom 9, I guess.
That's I would say about fair.
Yeah, like a solid card with an awesome.
There's only
ending.
5 matches on this card, so like
I think there were 6, but yeah,
there's
ultimately
something like that.
it's a solid show with a great ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I am for that. You want to introduce? You want to tell them what we're doing next week?
Sure. Next week we're going to be going to the next John Cena show. We're going to be doing Elimination Chamber 2010, where he wins the chamber and then Vince comes out and screws him over the belt.
We just can't stop doing things where Cena and Batista interact.
Because he walks alone. Was that when he does Cena? With that out of the way, that's all I have for you here this week. With that, just enjoy wrestling.